All right, hello. So today it looks like I'm doing this meeting solo. This is call number 1 for the Director Bound program. So I know that Valerie probably has to work and Tiara might be at school. So I'm going to do this call today via remote, and hopefully you guys will be able to look at that. Hopefully you guys will be able to watch it and get a little bit of something out of it, and then we'll get back on track with meeting together. So the first thing that we want to do is a little bit of recognition. So if the things that I would like to recognize, of course you're not here, so I can't actually do it because I can't share for you guys, but and I was gone for the past week, so my apologies for not getting this information. But if you were able to achieve your homework, your call to action from the last thing, so cheers to you where you got the bookings on your calendar and you really just worked to get those bookings on your calendar, and listen to the audio, that it's a full training audio. So that's really great if you were able to do that. So that would be perfect. And home office is texting me right now. They want me to be on a call. So let me tell them that's great, and then I'm going to shut that off. So I've been texting with them all morning. So anyway, so the second thing that we want to recognize is what we're going to start doing for next time is recognizing for our little accountability for our 15 contacts a week outside the party. So I was discussing this weekend while we were at Amelia Island with my friend Noelle, and we were talking about how, contacts at the party don't count. Like when you're doing your party, those contacts don't count. But when you do the follow-ups the day after, like I've started doing morning after calls, it kind of started out of, I've always wanted to do them, but it kind of started out of the fact that I had to have these 15 contacts a week. And this enabled me to follow up with people, get add-on orders, and get bookings solidified by calling them. So you definitely want to have your tracking notebook at each call, which mine's in my bag. I haven't even really touched it. So your tracking notebook at each call, you want to have that ready so you can share the number of people that you call, the number of people that you talk to, the results of the call, and your current ratio. For example, next week you'll want to share, I called 15, talked to 5, and booked 1 party. So my booking ratio is 1 out of 5. So this won't count, of course, right now because you were just doing the tracking and the booking. Well, your tracking and your booking process. So make sure that when you're, I do have to say, if you go to PCU and you go to the selling course, there are some great scripts on there for morning after calls or for following up with people doing actually it's not on the selling course, I'm sorry, it's on customer care. There are some great scripts for all the different scenarios that you could be in. So, all right, so we're going to talk a little bit about the learning from our last week's assignment. So it's important that we're always learning, and I'll be assigning a training audio for each topic that you listen to after each of our calls. So on our group chat, I'm going to have you do this on our group chat since we're not on the call right now. I want you to share one thing that you learned from listening to that call. So that call was the Make It a Full Calendar by Ann McMillan, Olivia Cuco, and Shaylin Holub. Okay, so I want you to, on our group chat, share one thing you learned out of that call so that we can, because what one person learns might not be what another person learns. So I'll make sure I share that as well because that is a great call. So, and I didn't attend, I don't ever attend forums at conference, but that was a good one with lots of fantastic ideas for filling up your calendar. All right, so now I just kind of want to move on to our training. And every training call that we do is going to be based on a topic. And so there'll be a couple of elements, key training points for each call. So today we're going to be talking about prospecting and the importance of prospecting, how, when, and where to prospect. I'm going to be giving you a challenge, a 10 mini catalog challenge. And you guys I'll tell you where you can find it also when we do that, how to make an effective booking call or contact, which this is going to be really helpful for doing follow-up, and a booking script. And I'll tell you where that is also. Actually, all of the resources, whenever I say here's your challenge, and here's the resource, you can go to Consultants Corner and then click on Training and Resources and have that drop down, and then go to the Director Bound. And under the Consultant Resources is where all of your resources are going to be, okay? You can print out your participant workbook, or you can save it from there if you like to have stuff saved on your, iBooks or your Kindle or whatever, and you can save these things there as well. All right, so we'll start with the 10 mini catalog challenge, okay? So the mini catalog challenge is that you would put 10 mini catalogs in your bag weekly starting on Sunday, all right? So you want to make sure there's a customer information slip on the back of each catalog. So what I would use, let's see if I have any handy right here, is something like this. Can you even see this? Valerie, I need to get you some of these. I think Kiera probably has them. This is a sticky note pad that is like a drawing slip, okay? I'm so sorry if you can't see it. There we go, okay? So I have these made up. You can print them. You can like put sticky notes on a pad, on a piece of paper and print them out, or I can just get you this little thing right here. Valerie, I'll send you one that you can use. But you want to make sure that you have something. You can just put a sticky note on there for now so that you can get their information. Okay? So one of the things because the point is to get the information, right? So your goal is to give out all 10 of these by the following Saturday. Y'all, I'm gonna do this with you, okay? I'm gonna do this with you. Your goal is to give out all 10 of these little mini catalogs by the following Saturday. When you're out and about, step out of your comfort zone and strike up a conversation with people around you. Your goal is to say the magic words, "I'm with Pampered Chef," okay? After which their response is usually, "I love Pampered Chef." Say, "That's great." Pull a mini catalog out of the bag. Y'all, sometimes I suck at this. I mean, Monday I was at Scouts and I had a giant Pampered Chef on my shirt, and finally she goes, oh, you sell Pampered Chef? And she's like, "I love Pampered Chef." But Eric, I think, was the one, my husband was the one that brought it up. It's so funny. My bag said Pampered Chef on it. I mean, so the thing is, you need to initiate it. I don't know where my head was. I think I was still on vacation. Anyway, so after the response, which is usually, "I love Pampered Chef," say, "That's great." Pull your mini catalog out of the bag. And then you can say something like this: "It's part of my job to give away 10 of these every week, and I'd love to give this one to you. If you'll take a minute and just fill this out, I can give you a call back when we have more time." Okay, it doesn't take very much time. Make sure you have a good working pen in your purse as well. As this prospect is filling out the customer information slip, begin a conversation with them. Ask questions. And your questions would be like, when was the last time you were at a party? What's your favorite product? Do you have a Pampered Chef consultant? The results will amaze you. 7 out of 10 people will give the slip back to you with the information filled in. But here's the funny thing. The question, do you have a Pampered Chef consultant? So many times they'll say, "Oh, yeah, I do." And then you'll sit thinking they're going to get off the hook. And you'll say, "Oh, what's their name? What's her name?" They can't give you her name. It's so funny. And then that just tells you, oh, you might have a new customer on your hands right here. Okay. So I would definitely, I know I've taught to use your phone and get the information in the phone, but go ahead and do it this way. Go ahead and do it this way with a little sticky note for the purpose of this exercise. And I'm going to do the same thing, y'all. I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to do it with you this week, next week, and we're going to start this, and we're going to increase our contacts. Okay. You know what else that means? It means you have to leave your house. All right. That means you have to leave your house and talk to people. Okay, so these are going to be your people now. Oh my goodness, if you give away 10 a week and you get contact information, now what? Hello, you can have more people to follow up with for your little book. How exciting is that? Okay, so I love this. It's such a great way to do. Now, standard booking script. The standard booking script is actually on the resources I just told you about. You're going to go to Director Bound. You're going to go to, you know what? I'm going to share my screen and show you how to find that. Okay, I'm just going to share my desktop, share screen. All right, so here I am on Facebook. I was on Facebook. I should have shut this before, but I'll go over here to Pampered Chef. Okay, here we are on the home page, right? So we're on the home page, and you're going to click over here. You're going to go to the full site, because everybody should have that page when you show up. You're going to go to the full site. Then you're going to go over here to training and resources, and you're going to go to the Director Bound program. Now, I will tell you, yours might look a little bit different than mine because I have the director version. So you are going to go to right here, call number 1, prospecting and booking away from the party. And it is going to have your mini catalog challenge, your standard booking script, and your homework. Okay? If you could never find your thing from last week, here's your tracking contacts, and your make it a full calendar, your homework from the last one. Okay? So it's all right here. You can bookmark this page if you want to. You just have to sign into Consultant's Corner, and then you can access this anytime. All right? So, okay. So that is where you find that. So let me read through the booking script with you, okay? And I'm just going to fill in where the blanks are. I'm going to fill in like a generic name or my name. Hi, Tana. This is Jennifer with the Pampered Chef. I'm so excited, and there are some incredible things going on with our company right now. And I thought of you because, you know, we met last week, and you were so excited about our product. Okay, so you're going to relate with them. Okay, I'm so excited about the party that I'm doing this month and our host rewards. And our host rewards and bonuses are fabulous. Do you have a minute to hear about it? So the party I'm doing this month is fajitas and margaritas. All right. So maybe you're doing something different. Maybe you're doing healthy dinners in a hurry, or whatever is your, maybe you don't know what you're doing, pick something. Okay. So maybe you're spiralizing zucchini and making a bruschetta at every party. I don't know. Decide and then share it. Okay, I'm so excited about the party that I'm doing this month. Our host rewards and bonuses are fabulous. Do you have a minute to hear about it? And if she says no, you can say, can I call you back in an hour, or would tomorrow be better? These are great words, because when they're like, oh, no, I can't do it, like you're thinking, oh, it's done, it's over, I'm never going to reach them. But they might just can't do it right now. Maybe their kids are screaming. Maybe they're trying to get out the door. Maybe, you know, they just need to gather. Who knows, you know? And so maybe tomorrow would be better. All right. If they say yes, then you say, I'm doing my fabulous fajitas and margaritas party, which has been a giant hit. And my hosts have been getting up to $200 in free and discounted products. I have 2 dates left this month, and I'd love to share one for you and your friends. My next available date is May 5th. What do you think? Okay, now I will tell you on this little chart right here, it doesn't say what do you think, but you need to write what do you think at the end of all your questions, because it is a great way to get a response without a straight up no, okay, or with, you know, they're going to explain, they're going to tell you what they're thinking because you just asked them, okay? So that is what we're going to be doing. So you're going to, that is that part right there. Okay. Just the whole generic thing about it. So I kind of skipped over, it does not in here, but I need to share with you the importance of prospecting. So the importance of prospecting is that, you need to get out there and meet new people, okay? This business doesn't work when we just circle around our friends all the time. So you want to get out and meet new people. There's lots of different ways to get out and meet new people. I mean, a vendor event is a great way to make new contacts. Doing fundraisers, things like that, going out there and doing things like that is great. And our shows, of course, but you want to get out there and prospect in additional ways. So you want to get out there and you want to meet people that you haven't met. So this drives my husband crazy, because I will talk to people on the grocery line. I will be at a restaurant and listen to people who are talking loudly, sometimes I might add into their conversation. They're talking loudly, right? So it's okay. But anyway, talking to people while you're standing in line, while you're waiting for something, while you're at, church, while you're having a conversation, while you're at Boy Scouts. Like I'm at Boy Scouts and we're just sitting there looking at each other and looking at our phones and waiting for, we were at a parent event or at a, court of honor and we were eating dinner. And so, why not have a conversation? And why not have a conversation that's mutually exciting, something that's exciting for your potential customer and something that's exciting for you as well, okay? Prospecting is really important because it builds your confidence. As you go out there, the more you do it, the better you're going to get, and then you're going to have more people, a larger pool to fish from. So there's nothing like fishing in a pond that's in your parents' backyard or in your backyard, and if nobody ever adds fish to it, you can fish all the fish out of it, right? If they're not having, more fish, if it's not getting restocked, okay, so consider this restocking your pond. Consider this putting more fish into your pond so you have a lot of fish to fish from, okay? That's a fishing analogy. Do you guys get that? I'm not a fisherman. I just made that up. Okay, so the other thing is how, when, and where. So I just talked a little bit about that. How is being ingratiating to people, talking to people, being friendly, being approachable, and feeling confident. When? All the time, anytime. If you are in line at the grocery store, if you're talking to, I talk to people in the grocery store all the time, like all the time. In the commissary, so I know, Tia, you can't shop in the commissary anymore, but people are really open to talking to you at the commissary. It's very weird. You can have a whole conversation. I will go to the commissary and it will take me 2 hours because I've had all these conversations with all these people. There are times when I just put my hat on and I pull my head down and I just go to the commissary because I don't want to talk to anybody. So and heaven forbid I should see anybody I know, right? When I first moved back here, every time I went to the commissary, I saw somebody that I knew and I lived here before, and it took me forever to go to the commissary. The commissary is really great. So otherwise, go someplace where you might run into people you know, or people you slightly know, or people who are like you. So grocery store is a good place. If you go to the Y or you go to the gym. Now, I know it's kind of funky to talk to people at the gym, but there are times when you can talk to people at the gym, okay? When you're out and about, when you're, restaurants are weird. You don't want to inject on other people's conversations, even though sometimes I do. But maybe while you're waiting to get a table, or if you're just out and about places, come up with reasons to be places. Every day you need to go to Walmart so you can kind of run into people. Of course, Walmart is like, people of Walmart, you're running a risk there. So maybe go to Target, okay? Or Barnes and Noble, that's another place you can run, bookstore, that's another place you can run into people. When you're at events, maybe you go to a Bible study, or maybe you go to spouses events, things like that, where you're interacting with other people that through your spouse, or at church, or at the play group, or at the park with your kids. So Valerie, I know you don't have kids, but if you have dogs, maybe there. But those kind of places when you're out and about. So Valerie, you live in an apartment complex, so maybe when you're doing laundry, if you don't have laundry in your apartment, or when you're down somewhere where you might interact with other people, you have to kind of purposefully put yourself in those places, okay? When you're at work, so Valerie, I know you work. So when you're at work, now everybody that you work with on a regular basis, they probably already know you're Pampered Chef consultant. But what about the people that you interact with other times that you might not interact with on a daily basis? So I'm not a nurse, so I don't know the whole scenario. I would imagine in a hospital that you would interact with people that you don't always interact with on a regular basis. So those are some of the places. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of idea about how and when to prospect. Okay, so that's kind of the end of your training. It's really, really simple, this prospecting thing. And your call to action is going to relate to the topic that we discussed today, which is out and about prospecting. Okay, so your call to action: hand out 10 new mini catalogs each week. Okay, so you can go ahead and order them with a supply order, okay, and go ahead and order enough to get you through the next, couple months, okay? So you want 10 a week for the next 5, 6, 10 weeks, okay? So that's 100, so that's 4 packs, okay? So go ahead and order those. So, and if you're not feeling brave, go ahead and order 2 packs at a time, okay? Start tracking your contacts and your ratios in your notebook. Making 15 contacts a week outside. So 1, hand out the 10 new mini catalogs each week. 2, start tracking your contacts and your ratios in your notebook. Okay. Number 3, make 15 contacts a week outside the party. So you're going to do your power hour with your booking and recruiting. And your training audio assignment for the week is Make It a Network by Heidi Toms, who's really awesome. Actually, I should find my thing. I got a great picture with her. Oh, I can't find it. It's in my name tag, which wherever my name tag is, okay. From my trip this weekend, we took a Polaroid Instax picture. It was so cute and so fun. So she had one with her and she let me keep it. That was awesome. My hair might be in it. That's kind of weird. Anyway, I have really curly hair, so when you dry it straight, it like does all kind of funky things. And I've been pulling on it. Oh my goodness, I hope it's on video. Anyway, with Heidi Toms and Courtney Cheney. I don't know Courtney, but I do know Heidi, and she's amazing. And she's from North Carolina, or South Carolina, so her accent is like smooth. Okay, so you'll want to listen to that. It's called Make It a Network. All right, so that's 4 things that you're going to be doing. So, so you want to hand out 10 new mini catalogs each week. Start tracking your contacts and your ratios. Make 15 contacts a week outside the party and listen to the training audio. Make it a network. All right, I showed you where to get all of the information. Okay, and the last thing is I want to share an inspirational story, and let me see if I can find it. Okay, I think I got it. Okay, so I'm going to read this to you really quick. They shared this with, I hope I'm going to read it to you. Okay, yes. Okay, so they shared this story with us on, they shared this story with us on the LEAD program. And so I'm going to read this to you, and I want this to be you guys, because I know that you all have a lot of things coming on you from the outside, all right? So one day, the farmer's donkey fell down into a well. The animal cried piteously for hours as the farmer tried to figure out what to do. Finally, he decided the animal was old and the well needed to be covered up anyway, and it just wasn't worth it to retrieve the donkey. He invited his neighbors to come over and help him. They all grabbed a shovel and began to shovel dirt into the well. At first, the donkey realized what was happening to him and cried horribly. Then, to everyone's amazement, he quieted down. A few shovels later, the farmer finally looked down in the well and was astonished at what he saw. With every shovel of dirt that hit his back, the donkey was doing something amazing. He would shake it off and take a step up. As the farmer's neighbors continued to shovel dirt on top of the animal, he would shake it off and take a step up. Pretty soon, everyone was amazed as the donkey stepped up over the edge of the edge of the well and trotted off. Life is going to shovel dirt on you, all kinds of dirt. The trick to getting out of the well is to shake it off and step up. Each of our troubles is a stepping stone. We can get out of the deepest wells by just not stopping and never, ever giving up. So what do? Shake it off and take a step up. All right. So hopefully that was a kind of a fun, inspirational story for you. And if you're feeling overwhelmed or freaked out by this program, just remember, this program is about getting your business in a great place. And so by doing things like prospecting and doing things like calling people, following up with customers, this is only going to be really amazing for your business. And it's fantastic habits that will serve you forever and ever and ever. I know I always get out of these habits, and then when my business is kind of at the place where I'm like, I need to do something, I always come back to this. This is basics. All right, have a fantastic day. Please make sure that you share your aha from the last call in our group chat. All right, I will talk to you soon.